Good morning, Year 3. It's great to see you. Great to have you back on our YouTube channel. We're going to start today, as we always do, by thinking about literacy. And I'm sure by now you know pretty much exactly what I'm going to be saying, because we're really deep into our unit now and we know exactly what we're doing. We are, of course, using some persuasive writing. We are writing our persuasive leaflet for the Great Exhibition. And I know you guys are already experts in these 7 persuasive features. So just say them out loud now. I'm sure you know the order. You can remind yourself what these are. Just talk all over me, read them out. What have we got here? We, of course, have alliteration, facts, opinions, rhetorical questions, emotive language, statistics, and the rule of 3. I know that you guys know all these already, so I'm not going to spend ages talking about those. And I also know you are already writing your persuasive leaflet. You're advertising the Great Exhibition. So you are writing as though you are there in 1851 and you are writing this leaflet persuading some Victorians to buy tickets to and attend the Great Exhibition. So yesterday we began writing in our literacy book our our introduction and our paragraph about the building itself. And that was going to be the first kind of page of our leaflet. Now, today we're going to move on and we're going to write a paragraph about the attractions. So that what is there actually to see there? What are the exhibits? What are some of the inventions that we can see? And also then we're going to do our second paragraph today on the facilities. So our aim today then is to get these 2 parts done. We want to get done the attractions section, where we're talking about what there is to see there, what the inventions are, and also something about the facilities. And these are going to be 2 different sections. So when we're talking about facilities, I would say a good thing to do in that section is going to be talking about the food and drink, and we can be really descriptive about those new things which are on sale, lemonade, ice cream. We can really sort of describe those and make those sound great. And also, yes, a little bit about the toilets. I'm sure you can have some fun with that. You've got to kind of imagine that these people that are reading your advertising leaflet would be used to an outdoor toilet you needed to leave your house out in the cold for, and also very probably a shared toilet as well that you shared with other households on the street. And also, most crucially of all, they'd have been used to a toilet where actually you needed to then empty the bucket. Oh, imagine that. You've got a shared toilet that not only you use, but actually other households in the street use. And then, at the end of the day or whenever it's getting full, you needed to go and empty that bucket. Now, that's pretty awful, isn't it? That's pretty diabolical. And in the Great Exhibition, for pretty much the first time for many of these people, they would have been able to use these indoor toilets, which you could flush. Now, we take that for granted, don't we? But for the Victorians, that would have been an absolute godsend. They'd have been so thankful for a flushing toilet. So I think we can really go to town a little bit in that section and talk about how wonderful that would be, because to the Victorians, I'm sure that would have been a very, very welcome invention. So obviously, yesterday we wrote these. I'm sure you've already got your paragraphs here. You've got your introduction and then your paragraph all about the building as well. And like I said, today we're going to be pressing on and getting our next couple of sections done. So my first paragraph I'm going to write today then is about the attractions. I want to write about what inventions there are on show. So just reading back over my plan, I think I've used this fact already 100,000 different things. I think I used that in the introduction, but that's okay, that's fine. I think I'll use that fact about 15,000 different exhibitors. And by exhibitors, we mean people that have brought things to show. The Koh-i-Noor diamond. I think that would be a brilliant thing to mention. People will be really excited about that. Bicycles and carriages, that would be good. Yeah, the printing press. So again, I'm just looking back over my plan and making sure I know what I'm going to be writing about. So I know that when we get to a blank page like this, that can be a bit daunting, but if we've got that plan and we've read back over the plan, then you'll feel really confident about what you're going to be writing. So I'm going to start having a go then, and I know I want to try to use as many of these persuasive features as possible. So I'm going to get going on my section all about the attractions there. So I'm going to start with that statistic. More than 15,000 different exhibitors have brought items and inventions for you to see. I remember reading as part of our history work that around half were from Britain and around half were from the rest of the empire, so we can mention that as well. Half of the, I've used items already, half of the objects on show are from Britain. The remaining half other countries in the empire. Okay, I think I need to actually start mentioning some specific things here. So I've got a little kind of, this is pretty good, isn't it? It's giving a sense of the kind of scale. I've said how many. Now I really want to sort of hone in on some particular attractions, because it's all well and good saying 15,000 different things, but people are going to want to know what there is to see. What are the most incredible things? I think probably the key item, certainly the one that I'm going to make the most of here, is this Koh-i-Noor diamond. Now, I've already used a statistic. I think this is going to be a good place for me to use some alliteration because it's a diamond, isn't it? So let me think of a nice adjective beginning with D. Thinking of delightful, I'm thinking of dazzling. Maybe you've got some of your own. Come to see the priceless Koh-i-Noor diamond from India. I'm going to change diamond there to jewel, so I'm not repeating myself. So I've got come to see the priceless Koh-i-Noor jewel from India. And now I can use my alliteration. So this dazzling, delightful diamond will form part of Queen Victoria's crown jewels when the exhibition closes. I probably need, I'm just thinking on there, I probably need a little sentence to say what this actually is. And we know, don't we, this is the largest diamond in the world at this point. So I can add that one here, can't I? Which is the largest diamond in the world. Fantastic. So that sounds really good, doesn't it? I think we've made that sound really impressive. So come see the priceless Koh-i-Noor jewel from India, which is the largest diamond in the world. We've got a good fact in there. It's the largest diamond in the world. Then we've got some good alliteration here, haven't we? This dazzling, delightful diamond will form part of Queen Victoria's crown jewels when the exhibition closes. Okay. I think I'm going to put in a little rule of 3 now, because I think there's enough transport things on show that I could include 3 different things. So I'm going to say, you can see bicycles, carriages, and even steam trains as part of the show that you can also see. So I've got a list of 3 things there, which I think go together quite nicely because they're all transport, aren't they? Bicycles, carriages, and even steam trains. And let's just finish off with, shall we add in a rhetorical question? And I think we've got all sorts in here for me. So I'm going to add in a rhetorical question all about the printing press, which is something else that was on show. So this was something that they Victorians used to suddenly be able to print multiple copies of the same thing, so newspapers and books and things. Are you an avid newspaper reader? Not many people do read newspapers these days, but in the Victorian times, very, very popular. This was people's main source of news. They didn't have TV, didn't have the internet. People would have had the radio in some homes, but certainly newspapers would have been a really common source of news. So let's add this in. Are you an avid newspaper reader? Come to see the printing press and discover how your papers are made. Okay, I think we've got a fantastic paragraph there all about the exhibitions themselves, so the attractions themselves. After I've written that, I'm going to then move on to this one, all about the facilities. So we're going to leave a So leave a line for our next paragraph, and this is going to be all about the facilities. So I'd like some really good description there about lemonade and ice cream. I'd like you to make that sound really exotic, really describe it as though people have no idea what those things are. And yes, please, I'd like some good sentences all about these flushing toilets and why and how these are so incredible. So a couple of paragraphs from me today then, please. I'd like one on the attractions, one on facilities, and then we're going to be in the home straight. We'll have got most of our writing done for this then. So 2 good paragraphs. Really take the time to put the effort into this and give it your best shot. And tomorrow we'll finish off the last couple of bits, which really, we're not going to be writing too many sentences about. This is going to be more just little kind of almost bullet points of information. And we'll also do our proofreading and a bit of editing tomorrow as well. Okay, thanks everybody. I'm glad you've been with me for today's lesson, and I look forward to seeing you back here on the same channel for maths later on. Bye.